Hello. Hi. What's up? Okay. Now, a couple of videos ago, I made this short. It was only like 7 or 8 minutes because I was I couldn't go live on my phone, so I just made a pre-recorded video and took forever to load. I like live because live is right away. You don't have to wait for it to load. And anyways, I want to continue on because I made an incomplete video. I only covered 4 verses in this 8-minute video, which is pretty damn quick. Right. The one viewer went away already. Well, let's go into some fucking action then. Damn, it's upside down, motherfucker. Okay, this is the NAB. This is the King James. Combined with the Mormon, but it's like everything's too small to read. You know, there's only King James in the house. And other than that, I have NAB, the Catholic versions, the Good News Translation, and I got a fucking Quran. The Quran encyclopedia. It's dictionary, encyclopedia, commentary, cross references, concordance, everything and anything you want to know about that fucking shit. But we're not getting into that. I'm not really well studied in the Quran. I memorize. I have the Bible memorized. I dabbled a little bit in the Quran. That's why I bought a giant encyclopedia. Because I got some Muslim Islam friends. And their religion is a joke too. So we're going to say, I do not endorse this book or advocate the use of the words of this book. I'm an atheist. I use this book as a weapon against itself. It's all evil. It's all lies. I'm capital N-O-T. I'm not a pastor. I'm an activist against this evil, despicable book. Fucking late. I wonder what it's like without that. I won't be able to read without it. Okay. This is a rehashed video from like 3 years ago, like just before the pandemic hit. I'd say 2.5. I'd say about 2.5 years, just before the pandemic hit us. It was like I had this job. We're going to take a bus and it dropped me off a mile away from my home. And within that mile, you saw like 3 churches. And there's one old church that has this fucking billboard. It says, Revelation 2:11. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the churches. Revelation 2:11. Yeah. So I'm walking by day after day, and it's still the same billboard, like Revelation 2:11. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the churches. I think there's one day I was like probably hyper, all hopped up on coffee, and I just stopped by and laughed at the sign, and I decided I was gonna be fucking bold and courageous and be an asshole and go in there and say, hey, how about the sign? Is there anything new? Is there any new news in religion? I'll take a little break while you say, What's new in your new? Nothing. We've been hearing the same shit for 2,000 years. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has said in the churches. And I immediately shouted out contradictions without a book because I got a photographic memory, photographic mind. And there's like corner street pastors that try to quote their favorite fucking shit. Like, you're burning hell just because you don't believe. I'm in a motel right now. I got cable TV. And the war footage on the news about these cities being destroyed, these civilians, mothers and babies fucking dying, is really fucking sad. So back to the 2.5 years ago, it's like I said, okay, what's new? I said, when are you going to change your sign? He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the churches. I say, do you know about Acts 7:48? Church pastors are cherry pickers. You're going to say, Mo's a cherry picker too. No, I'm a pinpointer of the bullshit you won't read. How comforting to know that the Spirit is in the churches. Pray for Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine. Back then it was pray against the coronavirus. Pray against coronavirus. And then last year it was, oh, those poor kids that died in the fucking school shooting. Comfort their family with prayers. How come you waited till after the tragedy? How come? It's like Christians are all about destruction. Yeah, gotta say, they're listening to the news for another tragedy. Oh, good, I can pray again. I can pray again. Don't you know that this is submission? They're putting handcuffs on you. You're a fucking slave. You close your eyes and put out your hands. The cuffs go on. Your religion is slavery. Huh. Yeah. Facebook shit. Acts 7:48. Remember, it's he who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the churches. Spirit say to the churches. Spirit say to the churches. Say Acts 7:48 off the top of my memory. But I'm going to use the book right now. But the Most High God does not live in houses built by human hands, as the prophet says. He does not dwell in your house. The Spirit is not in your house. It's built by human hands. I don't obey your hands. Okay. We can go with Acts. ACTS in case that I'm pronouncing it as Acts. $17. 24. 25. Okay. God, who made the world and everything in it, is Lord of heavens and earth, and does not live in temples built by human hands. He says he's not in your church. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has said to the churches. God does not dwell within temples or buildings or homes built by human hands. What makes you think that he's going to answer you doing this shit to your hands? He pray in your home all you want about Ukraine. Nothing good is happening. There's still probably thousands of people dying and fucking cities blown to bits. And I'm praying for Ukraine now. Hey, you didn't think about them over 2 weeks earlier? You didn't even have a fucking thought about Ukraine till you heard it on the news. What good is it doing now? You should have prayed before this happened. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the churches. The Spirit's talking to the churches in Revelation 2:11. The small print. You gotta put it to the lamp in order to fucking read it. If you have ears, then let's listen to what the Spirit has to say to the churches. If you have ears, listen. The Spirit is talking to the churches. What is he on the fucking ceiling? Blah, blah, blah. What the fuck? He that has ears, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the churches. Revelation 2:29. Next page, motherfucker. If you have ears, then listen to what the Spirit has to say to the churches. Okay, Revelation 3:13. If you have ears, then let them listen to what the Spirit has to say to the churches. But then you have Acts 7:48, Acts 17:24-25. It says, I do not dwell within temples. I do not dwell in buildings. The Spirit Casper Ghost is not fucking with you in your fucking buildings. But he who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has said to the churches. No, I do not dwell within churches. Okay. Now, there's fucking quarantine verse. Since I've got this motel, I've been staying in here around the clock. Back 2 years ago, many states were shut down for months, and people were disobeying the stay-at-home kind of fucking thing, and they're going out anyways. And then we have some Christians going around like saying, I don't need a mask. I don't need social distancing. Fuck those vaccines. They're of the devil. And hey, I'm covered with the blood of Jesus. Wow. It sounds like the Jesus is like more fucking morbid than your thoughts of a devil. Like, I'm going to shed my blood upon you. But millions of people died of coronavirus. But it's when it came around that you started pray. He's doing nothing in those churches because he says the Spirit is not in the churches. Acts 7:48, Acts 17:24-25. He says, I'm not in there. Okay, about the quarantine verse. This is something we should have obeyed way back 2 years ago. We would be in better shape today whenever we fucking get to it. I mean, long way, because I got the Catholic book and it's got many more books than the King James. It's got like fucking 14 extra books. Isaiah 26. 20, 21. Oh, no. It's, damn it. I was correct about the 20 to 21. Damn it. Go into your houses, my people, and shut the door behind you. Go into your houses, shut the door behind you. Quarantine verse. Hide yourselves for a little while till God's wrath. The God's wrath is passing by outside. He wants you to go inside, close the door, and huddle up somewhere. And this quarantine verse. You just huddle up inside, close the door for a little while till God's anger passes away. Like there's fucking God wrath out there. That's meant for the wicked. You, small handful of righteous jackoffs, you were supposed to fucking close the door behind you and fucking stay in your houses. But you didn't do that. I want to go to church. I want to go to church. I don't need no damn mouth mask. I got the blood. This stupid shit, right? But it says that he doesn't even dwell in those buildings or temples. I do not dwell in temples. I do not dwell within your buildings. They were built by human hands. Acts 7:48 and Acts 17:24-25. And he told you you're supposed to stay in your homes. How does he know? How does he know you're even in your homes? Because the Spirit does not dwell in homes. Go into your houses, my people, and shut the door behind you, till my anger and wrath passes along the way. And then there may be a certain point where it's safe to go out. And he says, go huddle yourself up behind the door. Go in your fucking closet. Okay. That he has a ear down here. The Spirit has to say to the churches. This video originated back around 2.5 years ago, and it was a Facebook video. And I thought I was a real badass doing Facebook Live. And I clicked it on Facebook Live. I went into this church and I said, hey, let's talk about this. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit has to say to the churches. Fucking billboard that you have outside. Don't you think that's fucking bullshit? And you really believe that there's a floating guy on top of the clouds? You really believe that shit, that there's a floating guy on top of the clouds? He's a white bearded dude, and you're a colored pastor. And question, why those of color worship whiteness? But anyways, that was another thing I brought up. And I said, let's do Facebook Live together. Well, he was in Sunday service. He says, well, I'll agree to it. We'll do it this and that and the other thing this fucking day. I used to hang around at the picnic table and say, hey, didn't you say you're going to do a video with me? It's probably because I shout the contradictions. Some Christians avoid debating me. There's no fucking viewer. So if it turns out no one shows up, you can put comments below. Click subscribe. Okay, now contradiction video going on. Now let's talk about your spirit. Your God spirit, what does he do? In 1 Timothy 6. It's going to be a while before I get there. 1 Timothy. Motherfucker. Oh. Timothy. Where the motherfucker Timothy? There's Timothy. What? Is it after? I think it's after. Yeah, it's after the Thessalonian bullshit. 1 Timothy 6:15. And passed it up. Okay, 1 Timothy 6:15 and 16. His appearing will be brought about at the right time by God, the blessed, the only ruler of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He alone, immortal. He lives in the light. He lives, remember that keyword, light. I live in the light. He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Bullshit. He lives in the light, according to 1 Timothy 6:15 through 16. Okay, now contradictions. 1 Kings 8:12. 1 Kings 8:12. Motherfucker. 1 Kings 8:12. 1 Kings 8:12. Damn it. There's a lot of flipping in this book. A lot of fucking pages in this book. A lot of flipping. 1 Kings 8:12. Damn it. Then Solomon played, you, Lord, have placed the sun in the sky, yet you choose to live in darkness. You, Lord, he's playing some kind of song. You, Lord, you created the sun in the sky, but you choose to live in darkness. And how come it said he lives in light? He lives in light, period. Is every word true? If every word's true, how come that was major contradiction? I live in the light. No, he lives in the darkness. 1 Timothy 6:15 through 16. He lives in light. 1 Kings 8:12. He lives in darkness. Swirly dumb shit. Screwy dumb shit, because it's supposed to be true. You say this sentence, period. Like that's the truest statement I can make about the God that he lives in the light. No, there's another verse that says, I live on, you create the sun, the sky, and all that shit, but you choose to live in darkness. Contradictions. 1 Timothy, motherfucker. 1 Timothy, motherfucker. Shit. Motherfucker. Still gonna be a lot of flipping. First letter of the the Thessalonians looks like Timothy, but the Timothy is after Thessalonians. Whatever. 1 Timothy 6:15 through 16. His appearing will be brought about at the right time by God, and bless the only ruler, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. He alone is immortal, and he lives in the light that no one can approach. No one has ever seen him. That's another big giant contradiction video. So, he lives in the light. No. He lives in the light. 1 Timothy 6:15 to 16. But no, it's darkness. 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles, motherfucker. 2 Chronicles 6. Ah, 2 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 1. Then King Solomon prayed, Lord, you have chosen to live in clouds and darkness. Okay, lives in the light. That's a pure fact. He lives in the light. No. Darkness. I live in the light. No. Darkness. The light is 1 Timothy 6:15 through 16. No darkness. 1 Kings 8:12. And 2 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 1. Now we go to Psalm. Psalm 91. I forgot the verse. Are plagues that strike in the dark, or the evils that kill in the daylight. 1,000 may fall dead besides you, tens of thousands all around you, but you will not be harmed. And you will look and see how the wicked are punished. You may have the Lord, defender, the Most High, the protector, and so no disaster will strike you. Remember, no disaster will strike you. I pray for Ukraine. I pray for Ukraine. I pray for Ukraine. He said that there's going to be no disaster. Fuck this book. Fuck. Dump your religion.